Man took his mistress to the engagement party of the richest man's grandson. To his utter shock, he found that the richest man's granddaughter-in-law to be was actually his own girlfriend. But the man thought he must have mistaken her for someone else. After all, 3 years ago, he had tricked his girlfriend into taking the blame for a crime and going to jail. The girl should still be serving her sentence behind bars right now. She could never have possibly known the richest man's grandson. Little did he know that the girl had a rare blood type. While she was in prison, she had donated blood to save the richest man's grandson, who had been critically injured and comatose. The richest man had secured a sentence reduction for her, but when the girl returned home, she walked in on the ugly scene of her boyfriend and his mistress together. Only then did she find out that it had been the man's wealthy mistress who had killed someone in the accident. Yet her boyfriend had tricked her into taking the fall for it. Heartbroken beyond words, the girl chose to leave quietly. She never expected that the richest man, upon learning what had happened, would track her down and take her to his home. He even introduced her to his grandson, the CEO. At first, the CEO thought the girl was a gold digger who would stop at nothing to marry into a wealthy family, so he warily made a pact with her to be a couple in name only. To his surprise, the girl agreed without hesitation. The truth was, she had agreed to marry the CEO simply because she had no home to go back to and needed a place to stay. The CEO couldn't help but wonder if he had misunderstood the girl. When the girl showed up at the engagement party in an elegant gown, the CEO was completely dumbstruck. What surprised him even more was that, despite looking so dazzling, she remained humble and thoughtful throughout. She not only personally pushed his wheelchair for him, but also kept a close eye on his health strictly in accordance with the doctor's orders. She didn't even let him drink a single extra drop of alcohol. The guests were all full of praise when they saw how thoughtful a wife the CEO had found. They couldn't help but ask which prominent family the girl had come from, yet the girl openly admitted that she had grown up in an orphanage. Only then did the CEO learn about her past experiences. He couldn't help but become even more curious about her. This scene happened to be seen by the girl's ex-boyfriend. Only then did he confirm the girl's identity. The man and his mistress were terrified that the girl would take revenge on them once she found out the truth. They immediately went to the CEO's bodyguards to sow discord. They claimed that the girl was a morally corrupt ex-convict. They told the bodyguards to inform the CEO about this. Just then, seeing how well the girl and his grandson were getting along, the richest grandfather felt relieved and went on a trip out of town. He wanted to leave the two of them some time alone together. As a result, the girl took on the responsibility of taking care of the CEO. That night, she even offered to wipe his body for him personally. The CEO was so embarrassed that he wanted to clean himself, but the girl thought that since she was staying there, she should do her part. Besides, if anything happened to the CEO, she wouldn't be able to explain herself to the richest man. She insisted on wiping his body for him. As she helped the CEO get settled, the two of them accidentally fell onto the bed. The girl was so frightened that she apologized profusely, but the CEO thought she looked absolutely adorable at that moment. He couldn't resist leaning in to kiss her, and just like that, the two of them spent a wonderful night together. But the next morning, the CEO heard from his bodyguards that the girl was an ex-convict who had served time in prison. Because of this, the CEO became wary of the girl once again. He even followed the bodyguard's suggestion and deliberately gave all the household servants a day off. He made the girl do all the servants' work. He wanted to test her. Little did he know that the girl had been framed and wrongfully imprisoned. What's more, she was the very person who had donated her blood to save his life. Precisely because